Hi, welcome back. In this episode, we're going to be going over the build on this hubless, high-wheel, electric-powered death trap. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do us a kindness and go ahead and do that. We'll wait. Found it? All right, awesome. Let's get on with the build. Starting with a full-scale drawing, it helps us kind of figure out where our pieces and parts are going to lay in relation to the other pieces and parts, such as the wheels, the motors, the frames, seats, and steering. So for our donor vehicle, we are using this Razor MX350. It's a little kid's bike, but it has a lot of the components that we're going to reuse, like the front stem here, probably the tops of these forks, probably the handlebar clamps, but most importantly, the wheel is about the size that I want, and it's got an electric motor here, and then somewhere in there is our battery pack and throttle. Might be able to reuse some of the brakes, but without mandrels for the bender, I struggled to bend the tubes without them kinking. I tried using a lawnmower drive pulley, that melted. Tried using a wooden pulley, that burnt. But finally we found an idler pulley off a lawnmower, and that seemed to work pretty well. I still had to heat the tubes to get it to bend and not kink though. Alright, so there's our bend line, and we'll just let this not get hot. We're ready to tack up the bottom section here to the main section. And let's see how close we can get this. So the frame is roughly mocked up, tacked together, welded. So it kind of gives us an idea of what we're working with. And now we can start chopping up this guy. Alright, so this is the part we need. Is roughly laid out here with the actual wheel, and we can kind of start to see it come together, but we're ready to start working on the back wheel here. So for the back wheel, we originally intended it to go inside of here, but just due to the size, we ended up switching it to going back here. And to mount that, we made these wooden templates to kind of get an idea. This follows this line, this follows underneath here, so we still have the point up top. And then transfer that into our steel brackets. So now we're ready to mount these guys as well as the motor mount. In this mess of clamps, we have our motor mount set in spot, and we're gonna weld that in. I think that looks like it's in a good position. Now we can burn it all together solid. So working on the front end that holds the wheel together, the front fork, and I'm not sure if you can call it a fork. It's not really like a fork, it's more of the front wheel attachment. And to be perfectly honest, I don't exactly know how I'm going to do this yet, but I've been kicking around different ideas on how to do it and just can't come up with the easiest direction. So we're going to start with what we know, and we have the 2 hoops set up here, and we have a series of these rings that are going to go around the top outside of it. So we're just going to start burning those on and see kind of what we end up with. So this is the hard part, is trying to get these to line up when there isn't a square area to work from. We have the fork kind of set on the side, and we're mounting these plates that hold our rollers. Let me show you what I mean here. This one plate we already have mounted in down here, and this holds our rollers, which slide in there and then get bolted. And then our wheel will hopefully run through here, and that's our like guide to hold our wheel in place. And we're just using these 1/4 riv nuts. And then we can just bolt this in to line up our other side. Then we'll just drill out the rest of these holes. So our seat came in, we have that guy mounted. Handlebars just came in, so we can put those on. These are a bit smaller than what I was kind of hoping, but yeah, let's throw them on and see what they look like. They're not exactly made for this kind of clamp style, but I mean, they seem to bind in there. So down here we have our motor with our battery tray set up. This is all from the donor scooter, so it's got a strap and everything. I'll bring this guy down and then tighten up. Here we have our pegs that were off the bike too. So these help you get up onto the seat. We have this hung from the ceiling. It's still sitting on the ground, but just kind of kept upright because, well, it's kind of unstable. It likes to do the falling over kind of a thing. But let's see if we can this guy without it completely falling on us. I use a bucket. Let's try that. Oh jeez. It is definitely not as sketchy as I thought it was gonna be. need this drop down here to hang our pegs off of. But if we just have pegs hanging down, it's going to kind of force these in, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is run kind of a wooden dowel through here, but this will also have to be removable so you can get the wheel in and out. So I think what we're going to do is take some little sections of tube, weld those on here, and then take this square piece of oak, make it a round piece of oak, and we'll end up just being able to slide that through and cut it down, and something like that will be our foot pegs. And then also the ends of these open tubes here, I think what we're going to do is make little wooden spikes maybe, or plugs of some sort, just to kind of clean it up and close it off. Alright, our frame pieces are dry enough, so we're ready to start doing the assembly. So our brake cable came in, and we're able to stop finally. So the next step on this is let's drag it outside and see if it works. Alright, powered up. Oh, it's windy, great, so that'll be helpful. test drive, I only fell off once, so this thing's pretty awesome. Super unstable, very sketchy. There's a lot of interesting books from people. But man, is this thing a lot of fun. If you like this video, please subscribe. And until next time, take care.